The biggest complaint that I hear when people are content creators or trying to start their own business is I don't have enough time, which honestly, most of us don't have enough time to do anything, but we make time for things to happen in our lives, including spending time with friends, family, and of course, personal projects. But a lot of the time we don't delegate any of that time for anything that's actually gonna improve our health or our finances, or sometimes even our relationships. So today I'm gonna kind of walk you through how you can get more out of your time, how you can get more out of 4 hours or less than most people get done in 8 hours. And I'm not saying that you need 4 hours a day or 4 hours a week. Honestly, the number doesn't matter as long as you can dedicate at least 1 hour, whether that be a day or a week, to get some work done. But if it is only 1 hour, we do need to optimize it in the best possible way. Just to be clear, don't think that I have more time than you or that I have other people dedicated to doing specific tasks for me. At this time, I am a one-man band. I'm a one-man business, one-man show. I do all the work on my courses, on editing, social media, everything. I'm doing everything on my own. I will eventually outsource some of these tasks that don't take as much effort and just take up more of my time than anything. But for the time being, I want to make sure that I have the process refined. That way, when I do outsource it, I can make sure that I'm finding the right person. I've got a lot on my plate. I'm working a full-time job. I'm helping another community, essentially, that was YouTube automation that has evolved to AI as well. I launched and created my own community, and I'm uploading to YouTube. I'm essentially working 4 different jobs at the same time. And the only way I'm able to do this without burning out is through effective time management, which I did not learn overnight. This took multiple months of refinement, optimizing, and being as efficient as possible with my time and tracking my time. That way I know exactly where and what I'm wasting my time on and how I can essentially get that out of the picture completely. This leads me back to the whole 4 hours or less thing, which obviously a lot of people know about the 4-hour work week, and a lot of time management concepts come from this book. But the thing that people don't mention or talk about is it doesn't have to be 4 hours. However much time you have to spare, start with that, because we're all in different situations. I don't have kids, so it makes it a little bit easier. But if you have somebody to take care of, elderly or children, if you have a family, obviously that's going to take up more time than somebody who's single and doesn't have a family. So the first thing you need to do is decide how much time you actually have to spare. How much time can you allocate to starting your own business or creating content? Whether that be 4 hours a day, 4 hours a week, 1 hour a day, or even 1 hour a week. However much time that you have to give, you need to optimize that time as much as possible. And by optimize, I mean, how can you be as productive as possible in the shortest amount of time? And this can be done simply by clearing out your workspace. Make sure that there's nothing to distract you. If your phone's nearby, get rid of it, because as soon as that goes off, you're gonna pick it up to see who notified you or who messaged you, what's going on YouTube, what email you got, right? Like, get rid of every single distraction. Shut the door, turn off the TV, get rid of everything that you would deem a distraction. The second thing is literally write down what you need to get done. What is your goal here? Do you need to write some content? Do you need to do outreach? What is it that you actually need to do that is going to be the most efficient use of your time? Getting that all organized and written out is going to make it so much easier, and that's going to put you ahead of 90% of people just from that alone. Next is what we call repetitive action. Most of what you're going to be doing, whether that be outreach, creating content, whatever the work might be, generally is the same repeated action. Whatever we do in our lives, we generally do the same thing every day. When you wake up in the morning, you have the same morning routine. Same with afternoon. When you get home, you generally have the same routine. You want to create your repetitive focus action a routine that you can refine and optimize over and over. And don't be afraid to fail, because you will. You will fail a lot, but just get back up and fail forward. Most successful people have failed 1,000 times more than the average person, but the reason they're successful is because they kept on going. They didn't just get lucky that one time and now their life has changed forever. They got lucky by strategically putting themselves in a position to get lucky. Most of you are not in a position that even if $1,000,000 fell on your lap, you wouldn't know how to utilize it to make your life free for the rest of your life. Most of you would use that up in 3 to 5 years, and then your life would be worse off than it was when you started. And if you've watched any of those make money videos, a lot of people will say how easy it is, but I assure you, it is not easy. In fact, this is the opposite of easy. If you want easy, stick to what you're doing right now where you're working for an employer because you already know what your day has ahead of you. This is something that is completely different. You're going into the unknown because you are the one creating opportunity. And it's not always clear what you should or shouldn't be doing. But when you keep going and you keep doing repetitive tasks and you fail forward, it becomes crystal clear really quickly. Again, if you want an easy life, stay exactly where you're at. But if you want an extraordinary life, then get to work and start utilizing your time as optimal as you can. I'm not saying use up every free time you have for your business because you will lose your mental sanity. You should always give yourself time to enjoy bits of life, whether that be with family, with friends. Spend some time going to the movies, but don't spend every single night watching 1 to 2 hours of Netflix or scrolling mindlessly through social media for multiple hours. I don't believe that hustle culture is the way to go about this, but if you're not putting in a little bit of effort, your business, your content, whatever you're trying to create is going to reflect that. Put in some effort, put in some time, put in some money, because without time or money, you're going to sit dead in the water and wondering why you've been at this for 6 months, 12 months, and have no results. That's exactly why I started Modern Monetization, where I can walk you through how to get started the right way and monetize right away. That way, at least you feel like you're getting some traction. You have a little bit of small wins here and there while working the long game so you can get to that long-term goal that you're after. And trust me, it is way better to learn from other people's mistakes than for you to go out and make those mistakes yourself. It's going to save you time and it's going to save you a lot of money.